Hello there guys, welcome back to the Ebike Repairs YouTube channel. My name's Dash and I take apart and fix very fun and exciting stuff. So e-bike batteries, motors, scooters, all that kind of thing. What I've got in today is this is a 72 volt, 24.5 amp hour e-bike battery. Samsung 35E 18650 cells apparently. Looks like that. What we've got going on is, turn my meter on the discharge port, which is an XT90, that's the charge port there, XLR. We've got, that's not right, is it? So the BMS is stopping power coming out for some reason, and if I connect the charger, which I've got just here, which is a 72 volt charger, see the light is green, I connect that, hello, we've got red for a second and green, stopped. It's decided something's done, something's finished. If we look at the voltage here, you'll see that's 84 volts when the charger is plugged in, and then when I disconnect the charger, it drops straight back down to its weirdness. So, something's going on in there. We're not sure quite what, but something is. I'm gonna have to cut this open. Not really much choice. I might try and cut it along here because if I don't have the right size heat shrink to shut it back up, I can always put this heat shrink on it and do a tape seam, you know, like they've done one of those there. So let's have a look. Now this battery is coated in a fiberboard. I can hear it and I can see it there, the yellow fiberboard, so I'm okay having a little slice along with the knife. It's not going to kill me. Missed. Side. Ruined that bit. And then let's cut down here. That's quite attached. Let's cut down here. It's already. Is it already broken? I don't know now. I can't tell. And then down here. Excellent. Right. Let's have that out of the way. Yeah, that's one. This bit there was never going to survive anyway, so that's just sort of going to happen. It is what it is. It might survive, you never know. We'll see. Normally I'd always go for new heat shrink, but with these triangular shaped battery packs it's not that easy to know what size you need and if you've got it and all that. I'm going to assume I don't have it and be pleasantly surprised if I do. Ugh, look, my thumbs are dirty. That's gross, isn't it? Goodbye. Right, let's have a look in you, shall we? To get in here, I'll probably have to cut along. Let me in. Gene, let me in. No. How do I get in you? Are you a down? Is that what you are? Funny. Oh, off goes the phone. Oh, a chap wanted his bike converted. Right, I did a bit more shopping, and look, we found the battery pack. It was in here after all. Let's see what's unhappy about it, shall we? A little diagnosis. Get the rest of that cut off. And that bit there. And that bit there. And that bit there. Right. Will you come out of that? Yeah, well enough to be having a look at you. Don't touch the shiny bits. Okay, don't look too horrible. Oh, I see rusty, leaky cell, something? No? Is that just tape? Might just be tape. Right, I just need to get rid of this square here. So I'll never get the rest of the fibreboard out of the way. Right, there we go. Fibreboard is out of the way. Put that over there, just launch it in the corner. Right, let's see what's going on with this lovely thing. Okay. Probably going to put some tape around these connectors because, oh look, even better, put them in this bag. Just so I don't, if they touch on anything in there, it's probably going to make a horrible bang. Well, I don't see anything too awful. The spot welds are attached, which is good. Well, that spot weld was attached. Now there's, oh, there is insulation between all the groups. There's fish paper in there. They're the right colour to be 35Es. They say 35E on the side of them. It's probably true. Nothing too funky going on. These seem attached. Yep. Flip that one over. Let's see what we've got going on then. Ooh. This foam off. I think I've got a little tray kicking around I can start putting all the bits into. Stay out there. Stay. Big bit of tape. Then there you go. That one. That's very stuck on that foam, isn't it? Crikey. I've got a plastic spudger here. Probably be the ideal thing for getting underneath there to try and get it off. There we go. Okay. I don't see anything too horrible so far. Stuff all looks alright. More tape under here. Discharge wires. Melted. Nope, that's all attached there. That's attached, that's attached. It's pretty well put together. Compact. Nicely spot welded on all the nickel. Is this loose? Nope. But it could be. Okay. Nothing too horrible there. Okay. No, I mean, I don't see anything remarkably anything really. It all just looks like it's there. Let's pop that back so I don't forget sort of where it went-ish. Let's look for the main negative connection here. See what that looks like. Make sure it is in fact attached. That's you in the frame. Hopefully you're in the frame. Let's check. Yep. there, that is also attached. Is it? Yep. Okay. So, if nothing's gone wrong there, the BMS is unhappy for some reason. What reason that is, we don't know. So let's get these JST connectors off. We'll have a little look, shall we? So these like cell taps are for measuring the voltage of each cell group. And I've got this here, which is a super handy dandy battery testing machine. It's actually a battery balancer, but you know, battery testing machine covers what it does just as well as balancer. Let's get that out of the way. To plug these in that way, I think, which will be interesting. Skews the back of my head here. Just have to deal with it for a moment. Oh, I'll tell you what I could do. Look, if I lift that up, that's going to make my life easier, isn't it? You can't short out on anything. You need to stay out of the way. Right, let's have a look. We've got our first group here. There's one on there. Group 6 has no voltage. And that on there. Right, we're all at 4.2 volts or ever so slightly over. Let's bring you down. Whee, there you go. You've got a bit of a better view. That's how we're attached there. Then on the machine here, that we can see 4.2 volts on every group, apart from 6. Oop. Off I go again. Oh, there we go, I had the phone go again, sorry. So the cell that's in red is the highest voltage cell in the group, in the pack, and the cell that's in yellow I think is the lowest voltage cell. And so we've got 20 cells total, but we're missing number 6. So that's what we want to investigate, is group number 6. Let's have a go at that. I'll put you back up here and we'll see. Okay, right, let's get this off there. And this off there. Let's have a look for group number 6. Let's see what we're seeing. Right. So 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. So I'm thinking it'd be that or that. Have a check with the meter. Nothing. Yep, these ones here. Just mark those so they're easy for me to spot. Right. So we need to look between this wire and this wire. One of those is... Why have they got to be so tangled? They don't make it easy, do they? Tweezers. So this one here, which goes to the other side of the pack. There. And this one here, which goes to this side of the pack. That one there. Let's follow this one round. Let's see where we go. that one there. Oh, on the edge as well. That's good. Makes life easier. You're all going to have to come off there. These ones or these ones? What do we think? What do you think? Oh, I've ripped that one clean off. Oops, not my finest moment. Yeah, that's one of them. To resolve that, but it obviously wasn't that attached anyway. Let's see with this if it's straight across to the other side. Okay. With the meter, got there to there. They've got voltage. There to there, no voltage. So that's going to be these ones over to here. Yep. All right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cells. Is that right? Let's check and see, shall we? 3,500 times 7, 24.5. Right, so it's those 7 cells. And it's probably one dead cell that's dragged the whole group down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're not happy. I'm going to be honest, popping these out doesn't look that impossible, considering they're right on the edge. I'd need new nickel across here, and I'd need new nickel going from there to wherever the other side of that group goes. Get that out of the way. Let's see. Going across to here. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. So it's those 7 there, and the nickel goes from there over to this group here. It looks doable. Wonder if one of these has taken a whack or something, and that's why it's quite so unhappy. Let's cut this barley paper off and see, shall we? No, I mean, there's not really much to show that it's unhappy. My main problem is these cells look a little bit like they might be super glued together, in which case I'm going to really struggle getting them apart. Any kind of movement in them at all. Just use the head for a moment. Yeah, I don't see any physical damage on them really. But they are definitely glued. I'm going to have to investigate and see if that's even something if I can even extract these cells, to be honest. 7 cells replacing isn't a big deal, especially on the edge of a pack. I should be able to do that. I wouldn't normally do partial cell replacement, but this battery I don't think is very old at all. I don't think it's had that many cycles, so it could just be pure bad luck, or one of these cells has had a big whack and that's what made it be unhappy. Well, if there's any more to this, we'll cut back. If not, bye. Okay, the customer has given me the go-ahead with this big battery, and I have ordered 7 new cells, new 35Es from Cell Supply because they're the best. Got those there. Got the pack here, and I'm going to have to do this without blowing things up. So I've marked the 7 cells. You can't see because it's just off the side of the screen. I'm just a bit afraid of all this right this second, all that. I don't think I really want to work with all that there. maybe I'll turn the big soldering iron on and just desolder them. It seems wise. Otherwise, I'm just going to... There. Get that plugged in. And heating up. Yeah, I'm just going to end up blowing something up because this will short out on something and it'll all be horrible. So yeah, I'm going to desolder the main pos and main neg. The balance wires are going to have to come off. Oh, I've ripped that one off. Is that the one I ripped off in the last video? Probably. The balance wires have to come off. I'm going to start knocking these out. Oh, I'll cut back in a moment when the iron's heated up. Okay, I have begun the desoldering a little with the small soldering iron, but now the big one's heated up. Hopefully it makes short work of these. There's one. Main positive off, and then I can flip that over, yoink, and get the main negative off, which is, well, it's on there. Don't know how I feel about it being quite where it is, but it's where it is.
I think we need to take them now. They're actually going out of their fucking minds.
Ah, I'm filming.
I'm so sorry. The doggies are going crazy though.
The doggies are going crazy. Right, so I should be able to, hopefully, without taking everything apart, which would be nice because I'm lazy, and I don't want to spend 15 days working on it if I can avoid it. Cut this nickel here. I might as well leave this bit spot welded on and just cut it. Hello, puppy. Been brought a puppy. Just cut this here. Leave this and then I can spot weld the new layers just straight over the top of it, because why make more work for yourself? Let's see if I can peel this off without causing a horrible catastrophic accident. It's only on the negative side, so we should be alright. Probably. These cells look weird. They don't look like my 35Es. Funny. The welds on this pack are at least a little more hopeful than the last one I took apart. So there's that. They look weird. Look, they're not flat on the bottom like mine. They've got a funny ring on them. That's bizarre. I don't know what that's about. Funny ring on its bum. Haha. I'm not childish, you're childish.
Millie.
Oh, that's exactly what we didn't want to happen. Shorting that piece of nickel out, that's kind of warm. Oops, just pretend I didn't do it. It's the easiest thing to do. Product placement. What that is.
You're actually not going to drink it.
Oh, there you have it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Really?
You can't have it, you swore.
I know, I'm so sorry.
I'm still filming, by the way.
That's okay.
I have to do the thing where I speed it up and then you go like that.
Should have put the puppies in it.
No, the internet doesn't need to see the puppies.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. Right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just these two more cells to undo now, hopefully without shorting them out this time. Surprised it didn't make a bit of a bang, but maybe because this cell group's dead, it wouldn't let any power through it. Don't know. A little bit odd. Little chunks. Little chunks. Little Chunks sounds like an American rapper. It probably is. No, Chunks is an English rapper, isn't he? I can undo this one. Okay. Right, now how do I cut this off without making a big bad happen? Pull that over there. And then this handy bit of fish paper they left for us. Got to break eventually, right? There we go. Dog. Right, I'm not just calling your name, sorry. Have to chop this side. It's very nice of them to leave this bit of fish paper hanging about. Very kind of them. Chop you there. Chop you there. It'll go eventually if I just bend it enough times, right? Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. There we go. Okay, so that's one side done. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cells uncovered. Let's go to the other side. See what we can do over there. This time, instead of going that way, they're joining to this group up here. So I'm just going to leave this group be. And just basically try and not disturb this one very much, and just peel the nickel off this side. Hopefully these cells are dead enough that if I short the strip out with the pliers, it won't really matter. Look, there's a bit of movement in that and all, which is good. That's what I wanted to see. I think they might be super glued together. I'm not too sure. I'll find out when I... More. Normally you can't just lean on these with the pliers while you're ripping the nickel off, because there'll be some charge in the cells, and as you do it, this will be making contact with the positive end, and the pliers will just rub through the end of the old cell here, right on the corner there, and it will make the bad happen. But I think because these are quite so dead, it doesn't really matter, which is nice. No sparks today. Okay. I've kicked a van moof. That's what that is, making transformer noises in the background. Woo, 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 and all that. I've kicked a van moof, that's not a sentence you say every day, is it? How do I get you off? I don't want you there anymore. Be gone. I'll do it. And then to chop. I don't really want to take that bit off if I can avoid it. Cutty cutty, choppy choppy, snippy snippy. There we go, that's one. That's that one. That's that one. And then that one. Right, we've just got to get these bits out of the way now. Can I cut you? That can cut you. My cutters are never sharp. This one's almost a new pair. Can't believe it cuts through it. They're not new anymore. They won't cut through anything else, will they? Wiggly back and forth 100,000 times. Pull it. I'll do it. Right, so theoretically, this group's all loose. And I'll be able to take it out. Now, they must be glued in some way. I don't know how. I'm going to get a screwdriver and just start... And I'd imagine it's going to rip the... where it's glued. For example, this cell to this cell. Look, I've grown an extra hand. It's amazing. Thank you. Where it's glued this cell to this cell, is probably going to rip the cell wrapper of one or both cells. Now there's little slivers of fish paper here between some of the groups that might save us, but we'll see. We'll have a go. Just splitting the whole pack apart at this point. That's what. Yeah, that's what will probably happen. Now, if this happens on this group that we're working on, it doesn't matter because they're coming out. If it happens between here and here, it's not good. Now, there should have really been insulation between all of these. I think technically the negative here is the same as the negative here, so it doesn't matter so much. But it would have been nice to see the fish paper between every single group of every single cell, as opposed to just between the alternating groups. I don't know how to avoid this happening because it's glued. I can't, unglue the bloody thing, can I? So I don't really know about that one. We'll just have to see what happens. Let's try these ones next. Something that's not going to blow up, sort out. Oh, it's not a sound you want to hear your battery pack making, is it? Try this one. Now, straight through this one, I can see it's broken it there. It's not ideal. But I mean, what am I supposed to do? I didn't glue the bloody thing. Yeah, let's split the pack right down there. I didn't glue the bloody thing together. I wouldn't have glued the bloody thing together. Put it in cell holders like a normal person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this one, I don't think it's going to go particularly well for it, unfortunately. Oh, no damage there. This one's actually only split it. I could probably put a bit of tape around that, and I'm going to put slivers of fish paper like they had around it. In fact, I'll probably fish paper the whole group if I can, and still squeeze it. Okay, so overall it's not too much of a disaster. This cell shouldn't be joined to anything, so sticking this in here shouldn't matter and short anything out. Right, well they're out. That wasn't too awful, really. As far as, things I've done go. I've done worse. I don't think I'd be particularly happy if I had to replace, for example, this group here. That would be really, really, really annoying. Just split the entire thing apart and basically redo the whole bloody thing. Now, this movement across the pack I'm not particularly happy with, but maybe I could dribble some more glue in there or something to stop it. There's no fish paper between these groups. Only some capped on tape, which I don't really like. But I don't make the rules. Let's try popping some little slivers of capped on tape on there. Seeing what I can do. With regards to these slightly ripped ones, there's only one that's actually had any damage, which is nice. If I can get that on there. That goes on there, and that goes in there, and goes in there. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's not too bad. I should probably capped on tape the whole lot. Trim the rest up later and try and make it pretty, I think. Not that important right this second. More important to get some tape in where I can to try and make this not awful. Just realise you've probably got a terrible view from up there. You're looking like this. Probably can't see anything I'm doing at all. And I'm looking, of course, slightly side on, but I'm taping stuff. It's not that exciting anyway. There's that. Smushed right in there and smushed right in there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, that one's moved. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that how it was? That's how it was, isn't it? Right, I'm going to have to probably squish these together first. Oh, that was an electrocution in the thumb, not good. I'm going to have to probably squish these together first, because otherwise these won't sit in the right place. So I'll have to get them on there and get a bit of tape across this. That one. See if I can borrow it. I've got a second pair of hands right now. So, second pair of hands. Could I borrow you, please?
Yeah.
I have a second pair of hands. Could you? I'm going to squeeze the pack like that, and hopefully not electrocute myself again.
Yeah.
I just touched that and that at the same time. It's a foolish idea. My thumb
okay?
was like, yeah. So I'm going to push there and there,
Yeah.
and see it squeezes all these cells together
Yeah.
a bit. Don't worry about these. If you can stick maybe a bit of tape between there and there,
Yeah.
just try not to touch it all at the same time, and we'll be fine. Don't worry about knocking all that over or anything, it's fine. So I'll do that, and you just want to try and make sure it goes down there and down there so it holds it in place after I'm...
Does it matter if I stick the fish stuff down?
No, stick it all down. Ideally, avoid this area, just try and go across
Like
something
this?
else. Yeah. I'm squeezing, so whenever you're... Good, yeah, and just mind where you're touching two sides at the same time, because it'll give you a funny tingle in the fingers. Oh, look at that. Doesn't move anymore. Fantastic. Thank you very much, second pair of hands.
You're welcome.
Very appreciated. Okay, so then I have to add these different heights. Surely they're not different heights. They're the same height? Why do you stick up down weirdly? They're much lower level. It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know why they're doing that. It's really strange. This one's down a long way. They're all down a long way. Why is it doing that? Oh, my jacket just died. No! Emergency swap of the heated jacket batteries. This one's got some I think it's got 2 cells in it. One's out of balance. So it does 188. It's like an error. Yeah, that's 17% it cuts out on, not 0. Luckily, here's the spare I've got. Isn't that handy? I've got them dotted around now. There's always a spare wherever I want it, so I don't freeze. Because I think it's 0 or -1 or something. Today we're in, what are we, May? Are we May now?
March.
March. God,
Just in
I knew
March.
it started with an M and an A. I had 2 months to try, and it was a 50-50 chance.
You want it to be May?
I want it to be May.
Because where are we
Right.
going in May?
Yes. Right. So, I think this one's sitting a little lower because the other ones are on top of the balance wires from the other side. So I'm not too sure what that's going to mean for me spot welding this, because that's not. I don't want them to be any lower. I'm not sure quite what the answer to that is. Gonna have to get some slivers of fish paper and stick them. There you go. It's a better look at the mess we've been left with. Gonna have to get some slivers of fish paper and stick them up all of these areas here. Now I might be able to get away with just doing one sheet and pushing it right in to all these to properly isolate this group. I'll try that and see, but it might have to be little slivers. I should have some fish paper somewhere that is the right height. There, but it's really thick. I was hoping I had some thinner stuff. I think that's the thinner stuff. I think it is. Now I can't tell. I think it is. We'll go with that it is. Yeah, that'll be fine. And that should be exactly that tall, which is very convenient for doing things like this. Those out of the way. And I'll just sort of get it in there a bit like that, might be the answer. So how long do I need to make it? Something like... something around that long. Okay. Maybe I'll trim the edge off. So it's a bit more exactly the right height. Still a bit tall. That's not far off at all. Okay. See how badly I can do this? Right, like that. Let's use the screwdriver. I've kicked a van move twice in one day. Easy with my finger, probably. Oh, poke through there. Okay, that's one side. There we go, look, that is a safe and happy environment for those little cells to flourish and grow. Isn't that, well, I don't know about nice, but isn't that less explodey than it was before? I think so. I reckon it is. Be alright. Now I need to probably move all these balance wires out of the way because they're making things a bit funny for the other cells I'm trying to put in. That means unsticking them all from this. Over we go. Just put them back later. But they're so stuck down, which is great, but also really annoying. Come on, off you come. Off you come. Come on. Okay. But now I can mush them over here out of the way. And hopefully have a chance to stick this down straight. Put it all back later. Right. One. Well, that's way worse. That's so much worse. That's not on. That's not good at all. I'm probably just going to have to desolder them all, aren't I? Great. Fantastic. Excellent. Joy. Happiness. Etc. Go away. Go away. Oh, unless you go that way. Ah. What about if you go that way? What are the chances then? See, they still sit proud. Just a completely different height. Yeah, I need to sit them on something that brings them up to the same height. Bear with me, I'll be right back. Okay, helpful second pair of hands has said use a bit of foam, and I ripped the foam, it was in 2 layers. That's under there, and now it's the same bloody height. Well, obviously when I spot weld on it, it's going to push down, but for getting things right, it's not too bad. So I put the foam under there, I've set the battery back on it, and then I have drawn with my favourite tool, the Sharpie, the shape of it. So I'll just give this a little snippy snip. And that's going to just line up perfectly in there. Oh, it does! It doesn't, but it's close. It's just going to line up perfectly in there. It does! There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 4, 5, 6, 7 cells. Then I can get this side spot welded back in, the other side spot welded back in, and balance the burger up, which will be very exciting. I'll just have to find some nickel that sort of, you know, has a bit of a chance of fitting. So yeah, wish us luck. I'll cut that to shape, and hopefully next clip we see, it's going to be probably tomorrow at this point, will be me on that side of the room with the big new spot welder going and just boshing this together. So I'll see you then. Okay, spot welder's all set up, you can't see anything. Got my nickel cut, well, one bit of nickel cut. I think I'll have to double up all my layers anyway, because it's a bit hard to conduct as much power as we need to conduct with this thin little strip. I might move the camera. That's a little bit better. Also, I apologise for all the noise over here, but I've got a battery on test, I've got a battery on charge, spot welder's wearing away. It's all making noise, so sorry about that. How do I get you out? Like that? Yes. Like that. To just keep sliding you around. Right. Just on there. Well, it's nice and solid. Good. And I've cut a bit that goes full across that way. When I cut the nickel, I've got a little magnet stack over here, and when I cut it, it catches the little offcuts on the magnet, saves them pinging across the bloody room, and I've got to find them later, so that's quite nice. And then you'll have to go across that way. Yeah, I think that'll be alright. Right, Let's try and figure out how to get that under there, how that needs to be. Yes. Go around that. Over here. And then the approach angle is going to be like that, so you're going to have to go underneath all that way. Alright, that feels right, doesn't it? Does it? Let's say that it does. Let's say that that's fine. Stray spot welder kicking around at the back here that's right in the way. Oh, and the power plug for the laptop. Go away. Okay. Bloody hell. That's not spot welding. Oh, because I'm doing the second layer now, aren't I? Turn the welder up. This side I'll have to turn it back down for that last one because otherwise it'll be too high for one strip. In hindsight, taking the whole bloody bag apart and all the balance wires off would have made my life a lot easier, but here I am. Turn this one back down. Something like that. This will blow a hole in it. Okay. Escape the welder and we'll have a little look at what these look like then. That might have got a bit hot. The problem is right now everything can move. It can all bounce about where I've got this piece of stupid foam underneath it. Shouldn't have done it that way, but here we are. Late now. It's not bad. These sides can fold probably up and over themselves. There's no point chopping them off really, they're not going past the side of the pack. As pliers. Please see what pliers to make them match them. Flat. That's not too bad, is it? Lattice wise. Looks alright. I'll have to pop a second layer over that and then I can go over to the other side. Which will mean turning the welder back up. So I need one that's 4 long and another one that's 1, 2, 3, 4 long. Yeah, you didn't catch that bit. Let's get back to that. Right, and then I'll do exactly the same thing again with a second layer. Okay. I'll line the bloody thing back up, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, everything will be fine. Scissors are out of the way. Right, you're going to have to come in from that direction. Put that off, do the money for the shorts and out of the way. Mate, to get it right in your way for a second. It's not looking too far off. There we go. Where it wants to be. On. I've ruined that bit with my bloody plier trick. It'll be alright. Yeah, but it's not perfect. It's annoying. I can't unfold it now, it's never going to go right. Right, and then one more to spot weld over this lot. That way, and then we've doubled up all the strip that we've had off on this side. Ooh, phone's ringing. I'm back. That was the second pair of hands calling. She's getting dinner. Well, she's getting us dinner. Very exciting. Right, let's see if I can get this one spot welded on without blowing my fingers off. To start. Yeah, it's not ideal when the cell's squished down, is it? On the bloody phone. That's annoying, it doesn't line up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the air compressor. It's very loud. I hate the noise it makes. Okay, well, they're not moving about anymore, so that's good. Where that one goes, hopefully that's this one. I can refer back to the video, though, which is super handy for redoing these things. Alright, let's pop you up that way then. I can get rid of this bloody foam. Put that one on there. Right, and then I can get to spot welding this lot back to this. I'm not going to bore you with this side of it, probably. I might just knock this out off camera. And oh, I do need the foam under that side. How annoying. Well, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll join this lot to there, get these wires soldered back on, and hopefully I'll just update you with some finished results or something like that, or maybe what it looks like on the balancer, and then go from there. Okie dokie, right, pack's mostly back together now, put all the barley paper and such sort of back where it lives. I added some spots of super glue to the cell groups that I'd replaced, and then I've not quite stuck the BMS on the side, but it's plugged back in at least, and the wires are soldered back on. So if I pop you down here, you can see we've got the balance cable's plugged into the battery balancing machine, and the cells are at 3.549. So it's not dead group anymore. I need to balance that, of course, so I can simply press this button on the battery balancer, and it's going to bring down all the highest groups. So you see total voltage there, 83.4. I'm going to bring down all the highest groups. See, they're already beginning to drop down. I'll drop them all the way down to 3.549, and then the whole battery pack will be balanced automatically by this fantastic little machine, and I won't have to do anything. So we'll see eventually that voltage drop will get smaller. So instead of being, oh there you go, look, just dropped 0.653. If we keep watching it for a moment, a few moments should I say. Any minute now. There you go, 0.647. So the voltage drop will go down. It's going to drain all these top cells via the balance leads. Supposedly it says it can do 5 amps, realistically it doesn't. And leave it on, and we'll come back to it in the balance. We'll come back to it when it's balanced up. I'll then fully charge the pack, obviously connect these back to the BMS, discharge it, recharge it, make sure it's still in balance, discharge it, recharge it, make sure it's still in balance. If it is, time to wrap it up and be good to go. But yeah, that should be all back together now. Okay, this is actually the next day. I left it on overnight. I've come back to it and it's beeping at me. And look, average voltage 3.551, maximum 3.553, minimum 3.549, voltage drop 0.004. That's pretty bang on, isn't it? That's not bad. The BMS has come unstuck because it was just the old sticky pads off the back. I've got to peel them off and replace them, but that's no big deal. So yeah, there we go. I'll balance it one more time because we're at 0.004, and I'd like to see 0.001 if I can. So I'll hit the balance button. Oh, that stopped it from its previous little balancing. I'll press it again. It should start doing in the balance, which is exciting. Can I show you from here? There you go. So yeah, I'll let that go for a while, and what I'll do, then I'll get this somewhat reassembled enough it can lie on its side at least, and I'll pop it on the battery tester and we'll see what it holds, and then we'll check for balance again. Now that's nice and balanced. 0.001 voltage drop. It's just finishing up its last little bit of balancing on things, but pretty much perfect. Right, stop that now. Give it a moment to settle. 0.002 or 3 or 2. It's settling anyway, which is close enough for me to charge it and test and see if it's still in balance after I'm done. Yay! Okay, so that's all tested. Got 22.02 amp hours out of it, which is not too bad really. It's supposed to be 24 amp hour pack, but things never quite do what they're supposed to. It was at 20 amps continuous when I was testing it. It did get hot, not just anything to do with what I did, but all the cells. In fact, they're all warmer than I would like to see any cells, and they've got the the fan behind them blowing on them anyway, but you know, here we are. So hopefully all good to go. You see a little bit of the excess super glue splurging out of there from where I did it. I'm obviously not as good as the people in the factory. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. If you found this kind of thing helpful, please give the video, you know, a like, subscribe, comment, become a channel member, which is 99 cents a month. I get an incredibly small quantity of that, but helps me to keep inspires me to keep making these videos for you guys. Gonna wrap this up, get it back on charge. Well, cool it down, wrap it up, get it back on charge, and send it back to the customer. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.